Welcome aboard the Citybpcruises boat. We'll start our journey in the heart of Budapest on the Danube River to pass by the main landmarks of the city. We hope you will enjoy the ride. The boat has a closed deck at the bottom and an open deck at the top. You can stay wherever you like. Some areas of the floor might be wet and slippery. Take extra precautions when passing through. The journey is expected to take approximately 60 minutes. Welcome our guide assistance. Budapest is the capital city of Hungary in the heart of Europe. It has about 1.8 million inhabitants and consists of 23 districts. The city is divided into two parts by the Danube River: Buda, the hilly part of the city, and Pest, the flat part. The Chain Bridge. The Chain Bridge, in Hungarian Lánchíd, was the first permanent bridge spanning the river Danube between Buda and Pest, and is also one of the symbols of the Hungarian capital. Count István Széchenyi initiated the construction of the bridge. The bridge was designed by English engineer William Tierney Clark in classicist style, following an initiative by Count István Széchenyi, with construction supervised by Scottish engineer Adam Clark. Work began in 1839, and the finished bridge was inaugurated on November 20th, 1849, by Francis Joseph I, Emperor of Austria and King of Hungary. In World War II, the bridge was blown by the retreating Germans. The rebuilt bridge was reopened in 1949. It was renovated by 2021 and 2023. The Gresham Palace. The Gresham Palace, located on Széchenyi István Square, is a gorgeous example of Hungarian Art Nouveau architecture. The architects Zsigmond Quittner and József Vágó were commissioned to design the new structure, and in 1904 they began the construction of the Gresham Palace, which was completed in 1906 and opened in 1907 as the international headquarters of London-based Gresham Life Assurance. The famous Gresham Café also operated here, where the Gresham Art Society held its meetings. Together with the buildings on the Danube, the palace was added to the list of World Heritage Sites in 1987. After complete renovation, it was reopened in 2004 as a luxury hotel managed by Four Seasons Hotels. Fisherman's Bastion. The Fisherman's Bastion, in Hungarian Halászbástya, is one of the best-known historical monuments in Budapest, located near the Buda Castle. It was built between 1895 and 1902 in neo-Romanesque style, designed by architect Frigyes Sulek. It offers a unique panorama of the Hungarian capital from its lookout terraces. Its 7 high-pitched stone towers symbolize the 7 chieftains of the Hungarians who founded Hungary in 895. Its name was taken from the medieval guild of the fishermen responsible for defending this stretch of the castle wall. The Fisherman's Bastion was severely damaged during the sieges of World War II. Its restoration was completed in 1953. It has been part of Budapest World Heritage Sites since 1987. The Hungarian Parliament Building. The Parliament Building is the seat of the National Assembly of Hungary and affiliated institutions, and a popular tourist destination in Budapest. It was designed by Hungarian architect Imre Steindl, neo-Gothic style influenced by the Vienna City Hall. Construction was started in 1885 and the building was inaugurated on the presumed 1000th anniversary of the country's foundation in 896. With the keys to the building being handed over in 1902, however, it was not fully completed until 1904. It is 268 meters long and 123 meters wide. Its interior includes 10 courtyards, 13 passenger and freight elevators, 27 gates, 29 staircases, and 691 rooms and more than 200 offices. With its height of 96 meters, it was one of the tallest buildings in Budapest of that time. The Margaret Island. Margaret Island, in Hungarian Margit-sziget, is a 2.5 kilometer long and 500 meter wide island with 238 acres in area in the middle of the Danube. It was called Island of Rabbits before being named after Saint Margaret in the 14th century. The ruins of a 13th century Dominican convent are reminders of its importance as a religious center in the past. Pedestrian promenades navigate around the parkland and Art Nouveau water tower, a musical fountain, and a small zoo. Other attractions include jogging tracks, thermal spas, and swimming pools. Summertime brings pop-up bars and restaurants as well as live music. Castle District. The Castle District, in Hungarian Várnegyed, is a nerve center of Budapest history and packed with many of the capital's most important museums and other attractions. Since the 13th century, Buda Castle, located on a strategically defensible Buda Castle hill, has served as the residence of Hungarian kings. Today, the Castle District has become a sanctuary for religion, politics, sciences, culture, and arts. It hosts treasures such as the Matthias Church, the Hungarian National Gallery, the National Széchenyi Library, the Budapest History Museum, and Seven-Tower Fisherman's Bastion, and the residence of the President of Hungary, the Sándor Palace. It has been a UNESCO World Heritage Site since 1987. A unique ascent to the Castle District can be made via the Budapári Sikló, a funicular inaugurated in 1870. Vigadó Square. The Vigadó Square stretches on the Danube embankment, replete with fantastic views of the Buda Castle. The square is named after Budapest's second largest concert hall, called Vigadó, usually translated as Place for Merriment. It was designed by Frigyes Fessel in 1859. The uniquely beautiful building, inaugurated in 1865, was the venue for a wide variety of balls and social events, where the best-known composers of the era performed. It was also badly damaged during World War II. The post-war reconstruction, which took some 36 years to complete, remains faithful to his original design and continues to attract leading conductors and performers from around the world. The facade of the Vigadó was cleaned and restored in 2006, and in and around the square there are curious statuettes, famous among them being the Children's Well and the Little Princess. Elizabeth Bridge. Elizabeth Bridge, in Hungarian Erzsébet híd, is the third newest bridge connecting Buda and Pest across the river Danube. It is named after Elizabeth of Bavaria, a popular queen and empress of Austria-Hungary. The original eclectic flamboyant style bridge was built between 1897 and 1903. It was destroyed during World War II. The currently standing slender white cable bridge was built on the very same location between 1961 and 1964 based on Pál Sávoly's design. The 6.3-ton steel bridge spanning 290 meters consists of 29 bridge members weighing 90 tons each. This load is supported by just over 1,000 tons of cables. Liberty Statue. The Liberty Statue is a prominent feature of Budapest cityscape at the east end of the citadel on Gellért Hill. The 14-meter-tall bronze female sculpture, which stands atop a 26-meter pedestal holding a palm leaf, was designed by Zsigmond Kisfaludy Strobl. It was first erected in 1947 in remembrance of the Soviet liberation of Hungary during World War II, which ended the occupation by Nazi Germany. After 1989 transition from communist rule to democracy, the sculpture ensemble was slightly transformed and references to the Soviet, such as the 4-meter-high statue of a Soviet soldier standing in front of the statue, were also removed. The statue itself is 14 meters high, which together with its pedestal rises 40 meters above the 235-meter-high Gellért Hill. Gellért Bath. The Gellért Bath is one of Budapest's famous spas. It is part of the famous Hotel Gellért in Buda, built between 1912 and 1918 in Art Nouveau style. At that time, thermal bath luxury furnished with the mosaic tiles, mud treatments, salt and sparkling pine baths, as well as inhaling pneumatic infrared chambers, were also available to the public. Thus, it was considered the most modern spa in Europe. 1927, it was expanded with an outdoor artificial wave pool considered as a curiosity in Europe at that time. In 1945, the building and equipment of the spa suffered serious damage during the siege of Budapest. Some of the rooms were restored that year. The part of the building facing the Danube was renovated and modernized only in 1961, and then the hotel part in 1980. The 208 reconstruction served to restore the bath to its original splendor. Great Market Hall. At the past bridgehead of today's Liberty Bridge was the General Customs House, where customs clearance was carried out for goods transported on the Danube. The proximity of the waterway also explains why one of Pest's market halls was created here in 1897, based on the plans of the architect Samu Petz, professor at the University of Art. It is one of the most beautiful works in brick architecture of Hungarian historicism. The stone entrance gates have a neo-Gothic touch. The roof is covered with colorful tiling from the Zsolnai factory in Pécs. The size of the building is 10,000 square meters. It is covered by a huge steel roof structure. After a thorough renovation, the building was reopened in 1977 and declared a monument. Liberty Bridge. Liberty Bridge, in Hungarian Szabadsághíd, is a public road bridge connecting Gellért Square on the Buda and the General Customs House Square on the Pest side across the river Danube. The bridge was built between 1894 and 1896 through the plans of János Feketeházy in Art Nouveau style as part of the Millennium World Exhibition at the end of the 19th century. It was opened in the presence of Emperor Franz Joseph, the last silver rivet being inserted into the iron structure by the emperor himself, and the bridge was originally named after him. The bridge is 333 meters in length and 20 meters in width. The tops of the four masts are decorated with the large bronze statues of the turul, a falcon-like mythological bird in Hungarian folklore. Budapest Whale. The colossal glass and metal structure in the shape of a whale's head, in Hungarian bálna, between Liberty and Petőfi Bridge, directly on the Danube bank in Pest, is a modern shopping and cultural center and a tourist attraction. By the beginning of the 21st century, the four public warehouses which originally stood in this site were in bad shape. A project was launched to refurbish and use the warehouses in ways that meet the requirements of a 21st century modern capital city. The Dutch architect Klaas Oosterhuis and the architectural office of Ilona Leenaert prepared the plans for a new building that connects two of the four warehouses, with an atrium, and at the same time extends them parallel to the Danube bank with a glass shell. The whale is a defining visual element of the Budapest cityscape and the Danube bank in Pest. From inside, almost every point offers a special view of the city. After dark, a laser light show and a video mapping await the public. Palace of Arts Budapest. Palace of Arts Budapest, called MUPA, is a multifunctional cultural facility that provides a permanent home for practitioners and lovers of three different arts: music, visual, and theater arts. It is located near Rákóczi Bridge and was designed by Zoboki, Demeter and Partners Architectural Office. The structure of MUPA Budapest covers a ground area of 10,000 square meters, and the total floor space of the building is 70,000 square meters. It was completed in 3 years and was opened to the public on March 14, 2005. The facility consists of three main units. The central part is the Béla Bartók National Concert Hall, the premises of the Festival Theatre on the east side, and the exhibition and lecture halls of the Ludwig Museum on the west side facing the Danube. National Theatre. The National Theatre of Hungary, located in Budapest, was originally opened in 1837. Since then, it has occupied several locations. It currently occupies the National Theatre building at the Pest side bridgehead of Rákóczi Bridge in a huge park and sculpture garden. The artistic task of the first independently established National Theatre institution in Budapest is to honor the interpreters of Hungarian and universal dramatic, literature and theatre art in a worthy manner. The construction, based on the plans of architect Mária Siklós and under the supervision of György Svajda, was finished at a record-breaking pace in mere 15 months. On March 15, 2002, the National Theatre opened its doors with a performance of the dramatic poem of Imre Madács, The Tragedy of Man. Budapest University of Technology. The Budapest University of Technology and Economics, BME, is the most significant university of technology in the country and is considered the world's oldest institute of technology, which has university rank and structure. Founded in 1782, today it is one of the largest universities in Hungary, with more than 110 departments and institutes operating within the structure of 8 faculties. Approximately 1,381 of the university's 22,000 students are foreigners coming from 50 countries. The university town was completed between 1904 and 1909 based on the plans of Alajos Hausmann, Samu Petz and Győző Ziegler. Thank you for traveling with us. You can find us on Facebook and Instagram under the name Citybpcruises. Please follow us, and we would be happy if you took a river tour with us again and if you recommended us to your friends and acquaintances. Book your ticket online www.citybpcruises.com. Thank you. See you soon.